Did you know that stress is a normal biological reaction? When we face challenges and dangers, our body responds by producing stress hormones. Even though this reaction is normal, when hormone levels are high, it may be more difficult to learn and memorize new information. That's why it's important to teach strategies to students so they can identify stress. My name is Victoria Langlois. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and I'm a master's student in speech and language pathology. Today I'll talk about different signs and symptoms of stress and ways to relieve them. It has been shown that for human beings, stressful situations often involve new situations, situations that are unpredictable, situations that threaten our ego, or situations in which we have little or no control over. In order to deal with stress, we first must be able to identify it. It may be more difficult to identify stress in children. So here are different physiological signs and symptoms of stress. There are 9 of them according to Sonia Lupien, a researcher in the field. The first one is dilated pupils. The second one is having goosebumps. The third one is a rapid heartbeat. The fourth one is shortness of breath. The fifth one is having tense muscles. The sixth one is when your sweat glands open, so you sweat more. Seventh one is the inability to focus. The eighth one is being agitated and impatient. And the last one is consistently worrying about the stressful situation. These are the physiological responses that overwhelm us with anxiety. Even though we can't often directly act on these situations, we can act on these signs and symptoms. So here are 2 different strategies that you can teach your students in order to manage their stress. The first one is relaxation. Relaxation techniques like yoga and meditation will help your students stay focused and be in the present moment. Breathing exercises may also help to stabilize their breathing. It's the same for cardiac coherence. It helps them stabilize their heartbeat. Progressive muscle relaxation is also a technique that helps relieve tense muscles caused by stress. Listening to music is also a great resource. Internet has loads of tutorials you can watch. Second technique is physical exercise. Combined with relaxation techniques, it's a great way to manage stress. In stressful situations, we mobilize energy, and if we do not use this energy, it becomes overwhelming. So when your students use physical exercise, they release that energy and stop stress response before it becomes overwhelming. In conclusion, combining relaxation exercises and physical exercise is a great way to go. But remember, there is no universal way of managing stress and dealing with anxiety. What works for a student may not work for another, and what works for a student today may not work for him or her tomorrow. So stress managing strategies must not be mandatory and universal for each student in the class. Trust them into knowing what they want to choose and what they know is good for their body. Let them participate in their well-being.